Project Search. Well, hey y'all, it's Danny again. Today's presentation is Environmental Factors Part 1. This presentation will be about a very important and basic environmental factor, and that is location. More will follow. Throughout the week, I'll take a closer look at several other environmental factors that you'll need to consider when it's time to search for a job. Pay close attention. There will be well, Project Search UTMC Remote Learning, Environmental Factors Part 1, Location. Do you enjoy spending time outdoors? Do you prefer staying indoors? Are you warm-natured or cold-natured? It's important to ask yourself these and other questions when you're searching for a job. This presentation will explore the ways the location of a job can affect your satisfaction and success. Indoors versus outdoors. If you enjoy being outdoors and you can tolerate weather conditions such as heat, cold, wind, rain, and even snow, then you should consider searching for a job that would involve working outdoors. Before you make the decision to try for an outdoor job, make sure you can tolerate spending long periods of time working in these weather conditions. Remember, you will not be able to skip work to avoid any of these conditions. Can you think of jobs that are performed outdoors? With this, it's very important to think about how you respond to various extremes in weather. Are you someone who just really can't stand being out in the heat in a hot summer day, or maybe in the winter when it gets pretty cold out there? Would you rather just do anything but go outside? You've got to really think about those factors. Or perhaps you're someone who really doesn't mind or even enjoys extreme weather conditions, but think about it very carefully. And then think about this question: can you think of jobs that are performed outdoors? See what you can come up with and be ready to share your thoughts with the group. If you prefer being indoors and you would rather avoid weather conditions such as heat, cold, wind, rain, and snow, then as you search for a job, try to focus on jobs that will keep you indoors. However, jobs that are performed indoors don't all take place in the same types of buildings. Some indoor work environments are kept clean and orderly and are usually kept at a mild temperature, not too hot or too cold. Offices and libraries typically have these conditions. Can you think of specific jobs that would be performed in these types of spaces? So give that question some thought. What are some jobs, maybe think of one or two, that would be performed in a quiet and clean and orderly space that's in a building, such as an office? Other jobs, while technically performed inside a building with a roof over your head, are performed in spaces that are not as protected from weather conditions. Warehouses and greenhouses are examples of spaces that will not necessarily be kept at a nice, mild temperature. However, you won't get rained on or snowed on. What jobs can you think of that are performed in these types of spaces? So the warehouse and greenhouse, while again, they're not completely outside and exposed to all the weather, they might not be able to control the temperature very well. It could get pretty hot in a greenhouse, for example, in the summer, and a warehouse for that matter, and it definitely can get cold in either of those spaces if it's wintertime. Indoors and outdoors. There are also jobs that require employees to perform tasks both indoors and outdoors. Can you name some jobs that would require this? Think about that question. This means that there are jobs out there definitely are jobs out there, where you have some tasks that are done inside a building, and you'll have other tasks where you have to go outdoors. And it might be cold or hot, rainy, snowy, windy. Do your best to think of some jobs where you'd be required to go indoors and outdoors at times. So before we get together, do your best to think of one job you are interested in that would require you to work indoors, as well as one that would be performed outdoors. So do your best to think of an outdoor job and an indoor job, and be ready to share those thoughts with the group. I'm looking forward to discussing this material with you guys. It's very important. Now, the other environmental factors that we'll discuss throughout the week are also very important. So every day I'm going to be reminding you to think about these environmental factors, think about the things that affect you in the environment. Some people are affected by location in the sense that they really can't tolerate certain weather conditions very well, and they'd be better off working indoors. Other people aren't going to mind so much or might even prefer to be outside. You have to make sure that you really thought about this carefully because everyone's different. Stay safe out there.
Toodaloo, toodaloo.